guys, welcome back to another episode of Girlfriend's Guide podcast. I'm your host, Tati,
And I'm your host, Ellie.
and we just want to say thank you for coming back to another episode. If you haven't caught up on our last two episodes, we've been definitely focusing on the parents, the people who raised us. We've been talking about, you already heard the episode about our mothers. And then our last episode was about our dads. We are actually recording this episode on Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the dads, uncles, godfathers, brothers, cousins, anyone who is a father figure. We definitely want to reach out and say thank you. You know, fathers don't always get as much appreciation as mothers do. So our last episode was dedicated to you guys. And we love you all. And even though our last episode was dedicated to you guys, and I just said fathers don't get a lot of love, we are back to talking about mothers today. So y'all had a little time, but we are back to talking about mothers today. And we actually have a guest with us. And today we have Doris, who is co-founder of Bad Moms Boston. And also, you guys may know her for her makeup skills on Instagram. She is beat by Pretty Deep. She has actually done my makeup before. And then when Ellie kind of came up with this idea for an episode about moms and entrepreneurship, and I was like, oh, bet I got someone. Let me hit her up. And she said yes. So welcome, Doris, and thank you for being a guest on our episode.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited, a little nervous, but I'm happy to be here.
Just keep sipping. Just keep sipping.
Yeah.
I know she got a little wine in her hand. You know,
Yes.
we are
Just keep
Girlfriend's Guide. We
sipping.
support the sipping, so please.
It's going to be a smooth convo. Just relax, breathe. Just like we're talking on the phone.
Nothing too
Yes.
serious. So, Doris, is there anything you want to let our listeners know about yourself before we kind of dive in with the questions?
So I guess I could just introduce myself. So my name is Doris. I am a mom of three. Woo!
Recent
Three.
too.
I have a 7-year-old boy, Brayden, 2-year-old Brielle, and a 3-month-old Bailey.
3 months old.
Yep.
Wow.
3 months, girl. So me and my husband's hands are very full. Very, very full right now. I am the co-founder of Bad Moms of Boston. I'm also a makeup artist, beat by Pretty D. That also has me very busy right now. So it's just a lot going on.
That's a lot, and you're juggling.
But I'm here.
Thank you for being here.
I'm wearing all these hats, girl.
Exactly. One thing me and Ellie says, like, if we're gonna get a mom to come on this episode, we need to understand that mom schedules are gonna be mom schedules. Because me and Ellie aren't mothers, and we're just like, we always say we can't imagine being a mom and like doing everything else just as a woman that you gotta do. And you are a mom, entrepreneur to 2 businesses, a wife. So please, kudos to you. Thank you. Like I said, thank you for making time to come on our episode. Because out of everything we do, we know it took a lot, so we appreciate that.
I say this all the time. I'm like, every time I'm having a rough day and I'm just selfish with myself, I sit back, I'm like, wow, like, how do the mothers do it? Because there's times I'm done with work, all I want to do is just lay down, and I'm just like, mothers have all my respect because they're putting their kids first, their husband first,
Yeah.
because when you're a mom, sometimes you have your spouse that you still got to take care of. I'm just like, God bless them, because there's times I'm just like, I'm gonna just sit here after work and just watch something, and I'll
cry, like we have a day.
Order food and just binge watch like Gilmore Girls or like Girlfriends. But mothers, you always have to put your kids first and take care of them, even when you have a rough day. So
side note, the husband is the 4th child. Okay.
They always say that.
I always
4th child for sure.
I believe it. It's like half child, half partner helping me, but it's like, you're probably like, yeah. I hear that a lot, and I believe it for sure.
Who's giving child? Sometimes.
So one of the reasons that Ellie and I definitely wanted to have this episode, if you guys have been listening to us for a while, like I said, me and Ellie oftentimes talk about how being Haitian specifically made us who we are today, and the impact of being raised by Haitian women, those standards, those traditions, how that has an effect on us because there's specific standards that they expect you to live up to. And it's like, baby, I am a millennial. I do not subscribe to that. And Doris, you are Haitian as well, as I believe, right?
Yep.
So you
Hmm.
know exactly what we're talking about. And I feel
Hmm.
like, especially now, millennials have been changing this definition of motherhood that we've all were raised to believe. We were raised mothers. You cook, you clean, and honestly, you treat your husband like the fourth child. Honestly, and I just feel like that's no longer. Mothers are entrepreneurs. Mothers are can still be stay at homes. Mothers can there's live at home girlfriends. So of course a mother can be a stay at home mom.
Mhm.
And there's just so many different aspects to motherhood. And also there's this concept of if I'm not right, my child's not right, my husband's not right, the whole house isn't right. So now you're taking more of that time to put yourself first. And some of the older generation, they don't like that. They're just kind of like, this is not what you're supposed to do. They may call you lazy. Or even when you get like untraditional jobs, especially in the Haitian culture, like a makeup artist, they're just kind of like, what are you doing? Can you support your kids? Can you really live off
Yep.
of this? All of these things is also kind of like, what are you showing your child that they can just do makeup? They don't have to do this. They can't be, we know in the Haitian culture is doctor, lawyer, engineer, and nurse. So if it's not one of those, it's kind of like, what example are you setting for your kids? And so we wanted to have a millennial mother, and the fact that she's Haitian is just a bonus. We didn't do that on purpose, but a millennial mother to talk about what this new definition of motherhood looks like and how do you feel like you're living in this new definition of motherhood.
So first and foremost, motherhood is ghetto. Okay.
I
It's
love the
ghetto.
honesty.
That's the title. Motherhood is ghetto.
Motherhood is ghetto. That's the title.
Ghetto. There's no listen. It's ghetto. It's draining. It's exhausting. Like, but at the same time, it's fun. It's a learning experience. It's like creating memories. I'm just like, it's everything. All of the above. All of the above. Um, I don't know. I love it and I hate it some days.
Mhm.
I don't want to say hate. It's just a lot.
And
It's
I
just
think
wearing
most
a lot of
people,
hats.
yeah.
Wearing a lot of hats. And every day I'm like, how the hell did I get here? But then I'm like, this is exactly where I want to be.
Do
This
Mhm.
is
you?
exactly who I want to be. I want to be someone's mom. I want to
Yeah.
be the nurturer, the caregiver, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
do
it's
you
like,
ever feel like during your rough days, like how do you detach from being a mother?
If you
Because you're
can
always gonna be
detach.
a mother. Like, can you detach when you're having a rough day? Like, how do you communicate that with hubby? How do you detach so you can be the best mother to your kids even when you're having a tough day?
to be honest, with three, you can't really detach. It's
Mhm.
you just have to do the job. But I mean, I definitely have to set time aside for myself. That's number one. Um, Mental health. Like I need to do self care. Like I have to do my nails, gotta do my face, gotta do my hair, gotta do all these things to feel
Yeah.
good, to be good for my kids.
Mhm.
That's like that's just my thing. I
Is
have
there
to
anything you feel like growing up, seeing how your mother raised you or having traditions or standards that she set for you growing up to become a mother that you're just like, that you see yourself now doing the complete opposite of, and you're like, that's was on purpose, like you wanted, like, no, I'm not going to do that as a mom? Or is there anything that you did see that you're like, oh no, I'm going to take that and use that as being a mom?
I mean, we all know that Haitian moms, Haitian parents in general, they're so strict.
Yes.
They're so strict. We got the little agenus, kneel
Yeah.
down. We got the little whoopings and stuff. I'm not doing that with my kids.
Hmm.
I mean, here and there, we got to give them a little tap, but that's not mothering for me. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I like that
Um,
word. That's not like that phrase. That's not mothering for me because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Haitian household, like mothering. Like my dad never was a disciplinarian. Like all he had to do was raise his voice, and I was in line. But my mom, she needs to, hit me a couple of times, and that was their form of discipline. That was her form of motherhood. doing that. So the fact that you said that phrase, I like that. I never heard that before, but I think that's a great way to
But don't get me wrong, we still do have to discipline our kids, especially the older one. He's the oldest. He's the man. He's the
mm-hmm.
boy. Like he has to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like he has to understand that he's the oldest. Like you need to do things right. He's
Yeah,
not one of the girls.
yeah,
Yeah, and
We're softer on the girls, but him, we're a little bit hard. Well, I'm a little bit harder. I'm the dad doesn't do the disciplining.
I'm
yeah.
happy you brought that up because I believe in Haitian households. I always say that I feel like the Haitian mothers are a lot more tougher on the girls than that they are on the guys, in the sense of like they are more lenient. Not with school, obviously. Haitian parents are always going to be tough with you,
Mm-hmm.
on you about school, but when it comes to more about like Haitian mothers are just so tough. Parents are so tough about girls, how you conduct yourself, how you act, how you do this.
What
And
you
then I feel
wear.
like the Haitian guys a little more, there's a little more window for
Their
them to
son
just
can do
be,
no wrong.
can do no wrong, and they can be more,
Hmm.
out there and not less disciplined.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's just like you can see the difference between the girl and then the guy,
Mm-hmm.
in some Haitian families. So it's just like, I know that you said that you're a lot more tougher with her, but I don't know if you have siblings growing up. I'm the only child. Tati's been the only child too. But do you feel like there's certain ways that your parents disciplined you or your siblings, if you had brothers, that you feel like maybe you'll do different with your kids? Or do you feel like, being tougher on him, especially nowadays, having a young black man in America,
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like the discipline has to be a little more
It
different
does.
than the girl.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel like you find yourself a little more harder as a mother on your son than your daughters?
Definitely because of the color of his skin,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and because he's a boy. Like I
Mm-hmm.
have to be tough on him. And to go back to what you said with the siblings, I do have a sister. She's younger than me, but I still felt the pressure
Mm-hmm. Because
because
you're
I was the
old.
oldest,
Yep.
and I was supposed to, I'm supposed to set the example for her.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess in a sense, I am passing that down to my son. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're the only boy. You're setting the example for your sisters. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
tough on you, but I'm also gonna be soft on you too. Because when my husband, goes off on him a little bit, I'm just like, no, no, don't do that to him. No, he can be 100% wrong, and I'm like, no,
That's
no.
my son.
Like
Don't
they'll
do
be fighting over the iPads and stuff. I'm like, and Brielle, like, she'll like take his stuff. I'm like, no, Brielle, don't do it. And he's like, no, she could play with the iPad. I'm like, no, it's his iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Fathers are a little more softer with their daughters.
Oh, and we got two of them, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. We already know that daddy's girl that exists for sure.
That really
We
does
sure
exist.
do. Yeah.
So saying that your definition of motherhood is ghetto, would you say that was one of the reasons that you decided to create Bad Moms of Boston?
So, um,
And what
funny
is
story.
it too? Explain, yeah. Explain what it is and how it began.
So basically, Bad Moms of Boston was created by myself, Ashley, and Alex. We literally, all three of us were on maternity leave. We had all of our kids at the same time. They're all a month apart.
Wow.
And
Nice.
like we would just link up, literally like have like a little picnic in the parks, link up, drink tons of wine with our little babies next to us, and then we just thought of the like, um having this group, creating this group called Bad Moms. We ultimately called it the Bad Moms of Boston. And since then it's just been magic. Like we link up, we do mommy link ups, mommy and me link ups with all the moms and their kids. um there's just a lot going on with Bad Moms of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So happy it's created. We're here. We have like this community of moms coming together monthly. It's great.
I feel
And
like that's definitely needed because even me,
yeah.
who I'm not a mom, but I can't imagine all that you guys
Mhm.
go through. And like I said, it's a never ending, I don't want to say job where you punch in and punch out, because you can't punch in and punch out. It's just never ending life. Life is continuously lifing for you and your little humans, and you can't pause anything.
Wish I could punch in and punch out.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And it's like, and I also feel like, especially now with mental health being more discussed, especially in our community, Black women, postpartum depression, like, and I was just thinking about this too, like depression already shows up differently in Black women in general. Like the symptoms aren't necessarily the same that you would see in white women. And it's just like, it's so easy to overlook a mother once she has a child. Like I remember a couple of years ago, we had Haitian women rise on our podcast, and they were just talking about how when you're pregnant for those 9/10 months, everyone focuses on the mother because the baby's inside of you. You know, once that baby's out, who are you? But like, just nothing. It's all about the baby, and it's just so sad
Literally.
that, like, bro, like I just went through labor. I'm
Yeah.
tired, and now it's all about the baby. So having that community where you can laugh, you can drink, you can complain, you can cry. I feel
You
like
can be yourself.
you
Be
can be yourself.
yourself.
Hmm.
Be
You can say
you.
motherhood is
Let it
real
all
easy.
out.
I
Yeah,
feel
I feel
like a
like that's
lot of mothers
definitely needed.
are alone, and I'm so
Mhm.
happy that I feel like our generation is more verbal about being more alone after they give birth, and they communicate and talk to their friends about how tough things are. Because I feel like way before our parents who didn't grow up here and had us either in Haiti or some of our parents when they had us in Haiti had a community, right? So it's like
Mhm.
you're creating that same community here in the States, because back home, I know my mom, she's like, I only took care of you when I wanted to. I had my aunt. Like
Listen.
my mom don't know how to change a
Yeah.
diaper. My aunt changed my diaper. My cousin changed my diaper. My cousin fed me. My mom was just looking cute and just sitting there. Let me hold my baby. Okay, here's my baby. Like, you know. So it's just like she had the community to support her. And a lot of times, our parents who gave birth in Haiti had the same thing, had the support. And then you have our generation who's having kids here and they don't have the support, who are finally speaking up, being like, things are tough. Like, how do you expect me to give birth, 3 months of maternity leave, and then go back to work? I'm tired. One, I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating okay. And even during maternity leave, there's no paternity leave. So your husband is at work. You're home with the child. You're
Mhm.
losing your
So
mind.
there actually is that now. They
Okay.
do have like a yeah, the father can take a leave too.
Mhm.
It's
Isn't
shorter
that
than
as
the
long as?
mother's.
Oh, let me see.
It's through the
How
state
long
they
is
can do
it?
that. I think it's 12 weeks,
Okay.
but
Okay.
don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure because my husband didn't take the time.
Mhm.
So, but I do know that Alex is also on maternity leave. She just had another baby. Our
Mhm.
babies
Wow,
are
you
a
guys are
month
just
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just timing this thing out together, not knowing.
Yeah.
So our babies are a month apart, and her husband's on leave right now with her.
Okay.
So she's definitely enjoying
Yeah.
that time.
I
That's
know
good.
some
Um,
states are different. I know some state in different works to give
We have different jobs, yeah.
yeah, to give paternity leave 3 months. I know a job that gave a husband like 6 months more than the wife. So it's kind of like it all
oh wow,
depends on where
Right?
you work too.
that's awesome.
That
That
is
is awesome.
awesome. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I
So,
need to go there.
right? What's some of the impact that you've seen Bad Moms of Boston like do? Like, what are some of the like testimonials from the people, the moms in your groups? Do you feel like it's really making an impact for them and for yourself as well?
So it definitely is making an impact on some folks. I'm not sure if like everyone is feeling the impact,
Hmm.
but where for me, I believe in finding your tribe.
Yeah.
So like when we created the Bad Moms of Boston, me, Ashley, and Alex, like it was like a tribe of three of us. We came together and we posted things and we pretty much attracted people to join our like
Hmm.
our cause,
Hmm.
right? So I guess people are finding that this is a how do I say this? I don't have the right words
It's okay.
right now, but I'm guessing it's an attractive group. Like people want to join. People want to come in and get lit, turn up with their kids, without their kids. Like,
Mhm.
wouldn't you want to join? Link
I
up.
would. I
Hmm.
would
I would
also
love.
want to be in a space where like I'm a mom, but I'm not a mom, but I can be a
Yeah.
mom. Like you said, there's mommy and me. So yeah, right now I'm a mom with my child. There can play date, but I can also have my little play date. But then the times where it's not mommy and me, it's just the moms. I'm a mom, but
Yeah.
not really because my kid isn't here. But I'm being still celebrated and appreciated for what I do
Yes.
for my child. And I
Yes,
think that's like a sense of belonging. I think sometimes mothers, when you have a kid, you're just kind of like, who am I besides a mom? So
Yeah.
having a space where you can have
exactly.
that duality of being your own person but still being appreciated for giving life, I think that's really dope.
Right.
Yeah.
And also feel like I still want to be me. That's non-negotiable for me. I know when I become a mother, I still want to be me. I want to go to brunch and know that I can bring my kid to brunch too. Like the other day I was at brunch and I saw mothers, young mothers with their kids at brunch. It's like they're playing soca, they're playing hip hop, and they're literally there. It was like three mothers with their babies at brunch. I'm not used
And
to
that's
seeing that. And
that's
I'm like, I
it.
love it. I love it
Yeah.
because I feel like, oh, like to go out to brunch, you gotta find a babysitter. You gotta find out if your husband or your boyfriend is going to be home. And I'm just like, that's a lot working out with schedules. But I love that, if you can find a mother, a group that is going to go out to brunch, bring your kids and still have fun.
For
Mm-hmm.
real.
Yeah.
So besides like what we just talked about, like our parents more likely of the culture just being a village and coming to ghetto America, it's kind of like you're on your own. And I used to have that mentality too. Like when my cousins would ask me to babysit years ago, I'm just like, this is your kid, not mine. Versus now, I'm just like, oh no, like I get it. Please have your date night, like because I know when I have a kid, I'm gonna want like all the little kids I babysit. It's your turn. Return the favor. You're babysitting
Okay.
my child. Like like I get that. So what are ways that you feel like I don't know if the word is society, community, people who aren't mothers. What are ways that people can support mothers? Because, like I said, we just see y'all do it every day. We're just okay. They're used to it. They're fine. We don't really know the extent of what y'all go through. So, how can y'all be supported? And not only just on Mother's Day, like throughout the year.
Right. It's a great question. I know that I need all the support I can get, but again, other people have their own lives. Like
Mhm.
my mom, she's so helpful when it comes to my kids. She steps in when I need a sitter, when I need to step out and have a moment for myself. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to keep bothering you. I don't want to
Yeah.
interfere in what you have going on. Like you have your own life. But we definitely need more nannies,
Yeah.
more babysitters. But it's hard to like give your kids to someone. Like it's hard to
Yeah.
trust people. It's
Yeah.
hard.
I can only imagine because then you just even hear all the horror stories about like
Yeah.
preschools and daycares, these places where
Okay.
these teachers are vetted and went to school, and then you're seeing burn marks, kids getting beat up. Like my
Yeah.
cousin only trusts me, her mom, and her mother-in-law to watch her kids, and her oldest is 8 years old. And it's just been a rotation of us three for the past 8 years. But like
And I agree.
I get
Yeah.
I'm
it.
scared. I'm scared. It's a scary world. Like
Mhm.
It is.
ugh,
See, that's
I
another
don't know.
thing. Speaking of that, do you feel like I don't know, like as a mom, there's a instant anxiety that comes the minute you give birth to your first child that never leaves away. Like how do you navigate just that fearfulness of being a mom and having your kids go to school, especially in this climate, the way we're seeing all these school shootings and like I said, the preschool and daycares, like how do you go through that every day and not let it like tear you down or not let it like literally lock your kids in the house and never let them step outside?
Girl, prayer.
Mm.
Mm.
Especially with all them school shootings, prayer. Okay?
Mhm.
That's all you need.
I keep telling myself, I'm like, I don't think I can have I don't think I can have kids in this time. Like,
It's-
it's just too many crazy things that are
It's
happening.
hard. It's
It's
hard.
like my anxiety every day. If I watch the news and hear something, I'll be like, no, you're not going outside.
But
You're staying
literally,
inside.
it's
Even like
Can't
even
live your
like
life
going
like that.
Yeah, even like going somewhere simple like the supermarket, mall, like my son, like he won't walk next to me. He has a habit of walking behind me, and I'm like,
No.
Brayden, you need to walk next to me where I can see you. I'm
Yeah.
like, do you want someone to snatch you up? Because
You
they
know,
do that.
But
they do
literally, that's what
that.
you literally have to like
But when you're
instill
a
that.
kid, like you think everything is so like, because I'm always like, when we were growing up, were things so good? Things were not that good.
We
We were
just,
just so like naive. Like the world was
yeah,
so, and our parents, I remember my mom would like holding me so tight when we're walking, and I'm just like, no, woman, like
right?
let me just live my life, let me walk.
Hmm.
Especially in
Hmm.
downtown Boston, my mom
Mm-hmm.
used to hold me tight. And I'm like, relax, like they're not gonna steal me. But it,
Time,
she didn't. She knew they could, but me personally, I'm just like the world is good. Like, but I'm sure like times were always like crazy, and it's just like now we're
definitely.
as parents, those that are becoming parents, we're already getting that same anxiety of like this world is crazy, and we
Yeah.
want to protect our kids, but it's just a crazy world.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
every day it's just prayer, like you said, pray, pray, pray. I
Yeah.
see why our parents are like little prayer warriors,
Yep.
praying every
Okay,
single day, because it's
Yep.
really through prayer that each and every one of us are here right now.
literally, and our grandma's prayers. Okay,
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Because, like I said, the world is like I can't imagine. Like I just, it's just, it's just so scary that like you kind of have to rob your kids' innocence, especially when they're black, at such a young age. Because it's kind of like you
Hmm.
said, you having to be a little bit tougher on your son. Now at 7, probably in the next couple of years, you're gonna have to explain to him what it really means. Not even being a black man, but being a black little boy in this
Hmm.
country. And it's like to take that because other races aren't having these conversations. They get to, be outside and not be worried that a cop is going to shoot them or anything like that, or not be profiled. And it's like, God forbid a black boy makes one mistake that any child, any person could make. It's 10 times more because of that. And it's like, that angers me so much that it's like,
Yes.
yo, we can't even live. Like, they can't even be kids. Like, the
Yeah.
it
only time
cannot be
they're
kids.
protected is when they're in your womb. And even then, birth, black woman, like, are you really? It's like, when do they get a chance to be a child?
Right.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's just like everything they do. Don't like these first grade. He's actually going to second grade, but I still call him a first grader. These first graders are smart. They see a lot. They hear a lot. They're sponges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, like he comes home and he says things. I'm like, how did you like? Huh?
Like, where
Hmm.
did you get this
Where'd
information
you get
about?
this from? Like,
Especially
unfortunately,
now,
he watches YouTube and all that stuff, so he's
Yeah.
hearing a lot.
especially
But
with social
he,
media, YouTube, like we're these kids are so much exposed to so many things that like even like the parental control that my parents
Yeah.
back in the day were able to block off, like it's kind of hard to do that as parents now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. They found
I
a
mean, I'm still trying to do that, but
way.
Trust me, they're still gonna find a way, because best
it's
believe I still found a way.
Yeah,
They're smarter. They're actually smarter than us. So
they
oh
are.
my goodness, so much smarter.
Well, moving
yeah.
this on to like a little brighter note. So you are an entrepreneur. You are a wonderful, talented makeup artist. How do you feel? And I'm not too sure just during your time of being a mother, if you had more, I guess what they would say, a traditional job. And if you did, like, how do you compare that? Do you think that being an entrepreneur and being a mother is harder, or do you have like that flexibility of, you know what, I can do both and it's on my schedule? I don't necessarily have to be somewhere at a certain time based on someone else.
So for starters, I definitely have a full time.
Oh,
So doing makeup is like my side hustle.
wow.
Yeah.
'Cause
Um,
you be booked. So I'm
I
just like,
gotta be booked.
you'll be booked and you
You're
have
juggling a
a
lot.
main.
And I just
Wow.
came back. I took a couple months off.
Yes.
Coming back to it was crazy. I don't even want to talk
Take a
about
sip. Take a
makeup.
sip if you need it.
I don't want to talk about makeup.
Uh,
Wow.
It's a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, Doris, thank you so much for coming on to our podcast. We really appreciate you taking time out of your busy, busy day. So, before we end, we usually have our guests as our Melon Monday. So, as our Melon Monday, you can tell our followers where they can follow you, whatever event that's happening, how the mothers in your community can support one another, and any last things that you want our followers to know about you.
So you can follow the Bad Moms Club on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, Bad Moms of Boston. We I don't think I mentioned this, but we have a cohort of members, and we're always looking to have new members join in, to send in ideas, let us know their ideas, any thoughts on the group, anything that, would kind of freshen us up a little bit. So we're having a event on June 25th at the Trillium in Canton. And that's just going to be like a kind of like a meet and greet for the new moms that are looking to join in on the group. So that should be fun. And you can also follow me on my makeup page, Beat by Pretty D. Want an appointment, you could DM me.
It's worth it, guys. It's worth it. She's really good.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it's a busy summer, but I'm always happy to squeeze people in. Yeah.
Awesome. She's a busy woman. Very
Girl,
talented.
busy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm always proud
And
to
guys, if you
other
need...
entrepreneurs, mothers that are just really doing amazing things out there.
Thank you so much.
Support Black businesses, support moms, and she is located in like the Stoughton area for makeup, which I am happy because I feel like there's not too many out in the South Shore. Like you gotta go to inner city Boston. It's like, bro, I'm not. The day of the event is always so crazy. So now to drive far out for makeup and I'm just like, So she is more towards the South Shore. So y'all, like I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Her makeup is bomb.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Well, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of Girlfriend's Guide Podcast. Like we said, do not forget to follow Doris on all her platforms. And then, like I said, even though this is another episode about moms, still happy Father's Day to the dads out there.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Yes, thank you guys for listening to another episode, and then we'll see you next time.
Guys.
Bye.